We're going to hear some words from Ervin Laszlo, the founder and president of the Laszlo Institute. Over to you, Ervin.
Let me say what comes to mind. What comes to mind is incredibly positive, incredibly hopeful. The experience that we have had these days is the beginning of something. This symposium is not the concluding of anything. It's the beginning. It's a launch. It's a launch event. We want to start something which can blossom, which can only blossom cooperatively, can only blossom when people get together, exchange views, and then decide to join together and act. This is what we want to start. Why? If humans would be another animal, a higher member, we are higher members, but if we wouldn't have this human pretension of being so superior, then we would say that we are now operating on what members operate when they are attacked. We are operating in the survival mode. Funny things, incredible things can happen when you operate in the survival mode. The flight or flee response is one, or freeze in some cases. A non-ordinary state of consciousness comes about. Deeper insights can surface. People start talking together and can start coming together also. This has happened also in my childhood. I was 10 or 12 and a Second World War came to an end, and we witnessed incredible acts of heroism, people coming together to maintain themselves, to find the Nazi invasions toward the end of the war, putting together animosities and rivalries. I think fantastic things can happen. We should realize that we are entering a survival mode. We are, I said it in the beginning, and I want to say it again, we are now an endangered species. The environment is not something in which we operate. The environment is something with which we operate, which is part of us and we are part of it. And that environment is in a very unstable form. We have seen it in the keynote address the day before yesterday, and we have seen it all along these 2 days. We are in a situation in which there is no alternative to coming together, joining forces, so that we can come up with the solutions, with the actions, with the projects that pull us together to confront the challenge that we all face, a challenge to our survival, challenge of flourishing, and even just to stay put on this planet, on this earth. So what is happening here is a call for survival, a call to come together so that we can meet this challenge. We need to shift positively. We need to shift, I call it in my new book, which will be published next week, by the way, called The Upshift, Meeting the Challenge, which means that I'm trying to say that we are here in a mode in which we need to shift together in a positive way. All the various ways in which we are marked here in the last 2 days, they're all valuable. They all need to be discussed, brought together, considered for action. What we truly believe in, we can act on. We will act on. It changes our behavior. We are not dealing with superficial theorizing. We are dealing with our question of our existence on this planet. Interbeing was one concept, our connections to each other. And I'll conclude on this note. I just want to say, so very positive, one other factor here. We are expanding the range of politics from the local to the regional, to the national, to the interregional, to the global, and we're not even stopping at the global. We're expanding politics to the web of life. That is the system in which we live. That is the whole system, which is our mother, the Hub. Wilhelm Hegel, a great German philosopher who inspired Marx, also Marx turned him around, said das Wahre ist das Ganze. The real is the whole. Jan Smuts said it in many different ways. It's time to realize that what we are dealing with is the survival, is the flourishing of the whole, the system of life on Earth. We go down with it if that goes down. We flourish if that flourishes. So let's realize politics is more than locally fighting for power, for wealth. You know it very well. Politics is now maintaining ourselves as part of a whole system, a positive part. The Laszlo Institute, I can just say this much, is here and will be here to offer an ongoing platform, a forum where you can come in and we can discuss your ideas, create projects that you might want to go out and implement together. You've done a fantastic job. My heartfelt thanks to the organizers, to Bill Stranger, to Smith, Colin Smithman, and to Alexander Laszlo, among others. Everybody here was behind it. I can't enumerate everybody. And Anna Lou, Simon Smithman. They all have been working fantastically. So now we have launched something. Let's go with it. This is not something to let go. It is something to climb with, to get on board and do it. We still have a chance. We have a real chance. Take it. One way of taking it is to come together, discuss your ideas, join, see what you can do. What can we, each of us, do? We are all part of this big wave of evolution. It's in us, yes, the inner voice will tell us what to do. But we also have to listen to each other and look at some of the statistics that tell us if we don't change, what will happen? Disaster. But we can change, so let's change. Thank you for having come here. Thank you for everyone who organized this. And let's continue. This is just the beginning. Thank you again.